Hello, welcome to another video. So I have been working on implementing the SHA1 protocol, and that was basically so I could read this info hash here and sorry, I'm just clicking over things. Read this info hash here and basically generate this hash here. And in the last a few episodes I have been struggling at doing that, and now if I run this we can see that that number there is eyeball it is looking the same, and if I go what do we do, this and then that and then that and then that, it is the same value. So I could go on from here, but what I thought I might do is I haven't actually pushed all of this stuff to prod. To prod being what is it? Codecrafters. So I'm working through this Codecrafters course just to introduce the video. Should do that. And codecrafters.io is like a website that you can work through kind of decent sized problems like building a BitTorrent client or a web server, IRC client I think I saw in there, so like a bunch of stuff, and yeah, I thought it would be kind of cool to do. I went a bit over and above and implemented a SHA1 protocol. So in the course so far we implemented bin coding decoding, which is also defined in this BitTorrent BEP, and then just recently we have been working through this secure hash algorithm one, which I've made into a single what you call a single header library, which there is a bit of a how-to on how to do it, but it basically means that I just have one file which is sha.h, and I include that with a define above it, and it will include both the definition, the normal header file, and then also the implementation if I want it, the traditional .c file. And it just means I don't have to change my build script to include another translation unit in C. So I don't know, I quite like it. But yeah, anyway, I thought I'd go through all the stuff I did. I can't recall what I may have talked about. But yeah, here is one thing that I saw when I was setting the first. So if I pull up the method, there's method one. If I pull up this method one here, it's maybe something like this. It wanted us to go and process the block MI into 16 words, and I wasn't really doing that. I wasn't doing that, and so then I did some kind of weird magic stuff with shifting, basically to get each of the bytes out of the 4-byte UN32. And here I make sure I go from that value onwards. And here the padding I wasn't quite doing right, but we'll come back to that because I wasn't quite doing it right in a few places. I might just make this bigger. So yeah, I basically needed to have the length in terms of bits, not in terms of bytes, and then the lengths here were not quite right for some reason. I was using the wrong constant, which I try and clean up a bit later, and then I set the length there, but more on that later. Oh, there might be still a bug there. Then I changed this to a prefix rather than a postfix because I saw it was processing a block before it had put any data in. I added a wee command, so I can just run hash and then pass it a file, and it will read the data. There is a slight bug. Well, it's not really a bug, but it kind of held me up in testing. Is if I come here again, and if I say, for example, wanted to do so I mean I can do a hash of just a random file, but if I wanted to do something like this, that it doesn't work, and it gives me a return code of 29, and if we go here, 29, it goes illegal seek. And if we look at man f seek, we can see pipe. If I learn to do it, is like ES pipe maybe, which is basically a FIFO. Well, it's not a FIFO. Yeah, you basically can't do it because of the type of file it is. In fact, we could probably even do something like this. Yeah, it's a symbolic link to a pipe. And I also kind of would like, but it's kind of like stretch codes for a subcommand that don't actually need. But if we read from like a standard in, we could do something like that, or we could even have no args, and it would just know what to do as well. But oh no, I don't do that. So then what do I do? So that's the hash command, nothing too exciting with that. So here I do a few more fixes. What are we doing here? I realized that the M was actually a U in T, so it's like constrained to 8 bytes, and we were like shifting it 24, and that was kind of just essentially wiping it, so it was just 0 all the time. And here, I was doing a lot of computations. All of these loops were going from 0 to whatever number, so I've changed it, so now it goes from 0, the first one, then 20, 40, and 60. Here I just do like some constant renames because I realized I was kind of getting confused, so I thought I'd make it very obvious. This is the digest byte length, and change that there. And then in here I also put like underscores, that's what you call them, underscores in front of them, and make sure I'm doing things right all over. So that's like pretty mundane change. And I also do a mask for like doing these white masks. I don't know if this one is needed, but I chucked it in just to be sure. And lucky I came out to the old office. It just started raining. In the home office I've got shed. Here I kind of make the constants up there just to make this look a bit nicer without the magic numbers. Here, needed this. I realized that my padding wasn't actually using all of the bits. So the length is actually UN 64T, so it has 64 bits in it, and we were just kind of naively taking 2 bytes, which just wasn't enough. So we needed to take a few more and change the paddings for the zeros up here. And that error probably doesn't need to be there, but it hasn't come up so far. Then what do we do? This message, or if like a security person, which I don't know I am, can write security code. Takes me a while, but it gets there and it works. But this sort of line, clean the initialization. All I'm really doing is turning it from that to that, which I probably could actually change it to a const, which I may even do, which I think I have up here. So if we go to app SHA1, we can go to H dot star and then brace. That will get like everything. We can find it there. We can say it's const because it should be const, and we probably it shouldn't be const. We change it all the time. Ignore me. Yeah, we quite literally change it all the time. But yeah, I do that very clean initialization. This, I don't know, I was getting confused because I thought that was meant to be 64. Then I scrolled up and I was like, oh, it's only 20. So then I was like, right, let's make it very clear that it's like 160 bits divided by 8, which I can see is 20, and that hopefully helps me remember that it is 20 bytes long. And here, the big one, I realized I wasn't actually setting all of the result arrays. So H is a uint32 and result is a uint8. So I was literally only setting the first 5 bytes to be probably the bottom byte of all of the words. So I had to do this little for loop to get it right. And then I realized you actually need a pad all the time, not just in the case that you were the exact size. So if you're the exact size, you still need a pad, which I tested actually. So one way we can do this is we can get a thing here. So we have 64 bytes, and this is, if we do a quick test, so 64 times 8 is 512 bits, and that is the size of the block of SHA1. So if we go that and then hash, don't have auto completion, probably don't need it. If we do that, it is that. I don't know if it's meant to be that. I'll find out. It is meant to be that. And we can also truncate test. You just do size 0. And now if we do that, it should be DA, and it is DA. And if we look at test, it should be an empty file. And we can do a quick test and make sure that that is all still working. Cool. So what else was I doing? Yeah, so you pretty much always need a pad. And that was all I needed to do to get it working, really. And now I thought I'd come and make a video, explain what I've done, and then do maybe a cheeky push, and then push that, and then over here it should be like, oh yeah, you've come back in a while, because I haven't pushed in a while, and build up a little thing, and alright, it's built something, and so now there's some tests running, and I hope that it's just going to pass the test, but who knows? It did a bunch of things and all the tests passed. And the output there is a bit naff. So what I might do is, I realise I have a couple of these, but if we go Codecrafters test, we can just kind of see what it is. Here, while we do that, I'll do this and take a small drink. And this is doing tests of all the other steps that we have had to do in this project. which is good to see, because I haven't actually written any tests for this library, which I probably should, but I'm kind of just relying on this. It's kind of an interesting paradigm how the Codecrafters does it, because I've now done a thing and now I go to the next thing and I might not know what it is, and hopefully what I've done so far is beneficial to what I need next, but like who knows if it is. You just don't know. So how do I say like, yes, I've done this? Yeah, I don't think I've had to do that before. Codecrafters Mint. I wonder if they have thing, but yeah, I kind of noticed it a few times that I've been like, I haven't actually done it the way I wanted. And it kind of reminds me a bit of Advent of Code, where you have a part 1 and a part 2, and the part 2 is usually a bunch harder, but it sometimes isn't. But you kind of have to think what it might be, and it's a good thing as an engineer to kind of think like that. Test failed. What? Yeah, that's because I'm on the next stage. Don't worry about that. Right, so now I'm on the next stage, so now I should have failing tests. And if I'm on the wrong window, if we go here, then here, then here, and do like a test, it should say kind of what it's expecting. So it's expecting it has to say piece length this, and we gave a bunch of other stuff. So I guess we will change that. So we just need to output this piece length and all of the piece hashes. So now we need to kind of work out what this piece is. So what I might do is, my BitTorrent has some commands. I kind of want to see what it is. It's decode, isn't it? And can I decode from a file, or like can I go like this and cat sample.torrent and do something like this? Yes, it does let me do that. Cool, so here we have it shows us the piece length, so we can quite easily get that out if we don't really need that anymore. So if we go to like info and here, and where does it want it in order? It wants it after the info hash, so after the info hash we'll do some more printing. First off, just get rid of this bit of empty white space. So here we need to get the piece length, and it's called piece length as a single string, and we can just get this out of the dictionary, I believe. Like we can do something like this. And then we maybe come here, and instead of info, it is actually piece length and piece length and piece length, and now I'll do that. I should have just done the dot rather than do that. first one, but that's alright. And what type do we expect this to be? We expect it to be an int, I believe, is that a type that we have. And then we can probably just print printf this, and can we just like dive into the where we store the int? Right, so first off it's an integer, and like, right, so when we do it, we just get the start and the end, and the size is the num, so we do pass the number, and we negate it, so size is the num, so where we get just int that eger, and then we can go piece length and size, and in that case we can also close that off. And then it wanted us to print out all these hashes. Now those hashes, I wonder if they kind of just relate to these, so that E876, E8, ooh, F7, nah, it's not quite right, but it potentially could be. Oh no, the 7.6 is 8, is just V, I believe. Well, I'm just taking a wild stab. If we search for V, we probably need this to be a bit nicer. Actually, no, we should search for 76. 76 is lowercase b, as we can see. Here. Well, specifically just there. But that's cool. We'll get out of that. Don't need that anymore. So yeah, I think from what I gather, we can actually just print out what's in it. This one's going to be an easy one, so I might actually just turn through. Maybe I'll have it finished. Nah, I think the next few were like actually doing the downloads and stuff and connecting to servers and whatnot. So we need to get our pieces. So pieces, and I'll just do this and that, and then I'll do this. And what's the key called? It's just called pieces, and this should actually be bytes. And so if it is like this, we can just kind of go printf, and we do want this piece hashes. I remember from doing like programming contests way back, it's like for these sort of things it's super important to get the right text out, because they're running tests and like you have to pass the tests, and I guess in majority of applications I've personally seen used, that sort of thing doesn't happen. Like there's typos that happen all the time, and they don't get caught. But yeah, however, so I guess this probably has like a few different things. I didn't do the thing that I wanted there. That's kind of more what I wanted. So the piece hashes, yes, I do just point to this one. The piece maps to a string whose length is a multiple of 20. So yeah, that's just like easy. So when we get bytes, I forget size is the length. Cool. So we do get the length of the string that we get. So that is good. Take me back. So we can go from like IDX equal to 0, and IDX can be. Oh yeah, we kind of want to go to pieces size, and we want to divide this by well, we want to divide it by 20, which we could probably even go SHA1 digest byte length, which is 20, and it kind of makes it a bit clearer on why you're dividing it by 20. So now you're dividing all these pieces into a series of SHA1 digests. They have a certain length. And we don't want to print info hash there. We want to something like that. I've lost the things I want. Piece length. So we don't want that. Cool. So then in this we want to do a little thing. Now this will now be the third time I have copy pasted this little chunk of code, which makes me wonder whether it should kind of make it into a function. It could even be part of the SHA1 library to print a hash. I don't really want it to return a hash, because I like that kind of relies on you. Well, yeah, I don't know. There's a few different ways of doing it, but yeah, I'll do it this way and just do that. And yeah, I thought I didn't copy that, so this. We can call that piece, and IDX, also that one. So then we don't get this clash. And here we want to go pieces. Start, I guess. That's where we start, but then we kind of want to add. Can we go like that? Oh, that looks a bit cursed, but let me think through it. Let me first a little bit cursed, but what are we saying here? So we want to get the start of the pieces array, and the pieces array is a series of bytes. So we want to go from the start, and we want to go piece times SHA1 digest byte length. So that will get that, and then I think we just want to go plus IDX at the end rather than do that. Otherwise it would it would dereference it first, and then it'll try and dereference that by IDX. But if you just add the IDX, otherwise I could have done start plus a bunch of things and then dereference that whole thing with a star at the start. See, cursed. You can do a lot of strange things, but that is that. Where's this little guy meant to be? Nowhere. Cool. What does info say now? Info does not like some things. Right, so we we just want an LD there because that is what it is. So it's not actually going past info hash, so like one of these things is failing. Printf here. Best form of debugging. So I guess it is not an integer. If we just decode what it was, her piece length kind of looks like an integer. It did say here, it didn't, so yeah, so it never even found that piece length, which it does make me wonder. We want to get this from the info, so this is from info. Better error logging would help me quite significantly here, but yeah, so info, we have info hash, no. What do we get other things out of our info dict? We get our info, it's a dict, we just do this like gross cast thing, oh, right, now it's doing one more thing. So we'll just see if it finds the pieces. It won't. I can see it's the same problem here. To comma and chuck that boy in. Right, and so this means that we need to do a printf right at the end there. It's not quite doing the right thing. So I guess what I could do is, because is the start, no, not even the start is doing it right. And like the start should be that 3.6. So that 3.6 is not what we want. So when it is bytes, what happens when it is bytes? That's not what I wanted. I wanted, I'm like struggling at them. Like usual. Right, so when it is bytes, we get a bunch of data. Right, so the start is there, cool, so I'm just using the wrong thing. We don't do that. Maybe I can do that, yeah, cheeky. So this can be called the data. Cool. Now we are dereferencing some stuff, so we probably have to cast this to a uint 8 type t, and it's a star, and we'll cast that whole thing just because I know it looks good, she'll be right. Yeah, and I mean we can even probably search for that specifically, and you can't do or you can't do multi-line searches in tmux, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it looks good. So what we can do is, if we can, not that one, this one, not that one actually. What have we done? We have taken that out. That's cool. Get piece length and add all pieces. Yep, that's all we've done. We will. How do we do this? We do that and show piece info, and we can probably push that and like. Does that submit it automatically? I don't know. Like, yeah, I'll just mark it as complete. Maybe it's because I like sent a bunch and it failed. Alright, so we can go on to the next one. Now we have to discover pairs. So we have to do like an HTTP request. And now this is kind of interesting. So I wonder how much I am going to do from scratch, because if we look at the code, it does go to just an HTTP server, so I don't have to implement like SSL. So like, hey, why not? And like if we search for an ounce, down for an ounce, up. Gosh, I want that one. And then go here and then switch to there and yank that things. So if we like kill this and do some stuff, cool. So what does this say? This gives us a thing. Feels a little wobbly. Right, so here we connect. It is HTTP 1.1. I don't know, it's like not that much of a leap. It is a little. But no, I'll do HTTP 1.0 to start with, and we can just announce that we are HTTP 1.1. So, I guess we need to pass in the thing. We need to make a GET request to this. So, if we go to this and like, yeah. So we need to make a new command. I think I want to make a new command, and like to start with, it will just print out all the stuff that I need to have as a query. But maybe I'm overthinking myself, and I just need to go like, I don't know, find that. Can I do like -x and then minus data, and then do this and then test? Man kill. No. I don't know why I'm not allowed to search for just that. Yeah, so data ASCII, data binary. If you start the data letter there, the rest of the things would be. Yeah, I feel like that should be that. Do we just not have a test? We do have a test, but if we see. Find the space. Do something like that. So I think, yeah, we can do something like that, and then we can even like come up here and maybe open just test, and then we can do something like info hash equals, I don't know, what was it? This last one just told us everything we wanted. Can we just look at that? Because info hash is this, and what else do we need to know? See, like, PRID equals, I don't know, who is testing some BitTorrent, and 20 goes to there. So 20 goes to there. 20 goes. How many characters am I looking at here? Thanks, Vim. Why do you not tell me? Boom. Oh, that's like not the best character. Is that no, that's Euro safe, I think. Making I don't know. We'll just call it that, and I think I'm just bike tuning at this point. Right, so we need to set port as 681, and oh goodness gracious, I need to be careful what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm probably flash banging audio. Right, upload, we got nothing. Downloaded, we got nothing. Left equals, oh, that's like everything. Left equals 92063, and compact, we'll set it to 1. Right, and then if we did something like this now, right, so it doesn't let us do that. Can we do something like did that do what I want there? For hash equals that period equals blah blah blah. I don't know. That seems to be like kind of what it reckons. And then it says provided invalid info hash. So the info hash was D6 all the way up to 7F, and if we look at our info, it looks about right. Right. Info hash 20 byte SHA1 hash of the being coded. That's what. This value will almost certainly have to be escaped. I'm putting in hex. Right. So I think what I need to do is maybe get that D6. Grab this and maybe go to like Cyber Chef, because Cyber Chef is like a thing. And what I want to do is, gosh, it has LAM hallucinations. So yeah, what you can do a bunch of stuff in this. So we can say it's like from hex, and that's what it is, and then we can say like we want URL encode, URL encode, and we can post that in, and we can just change it to that, and like look at that meal that we just cooked up, and now if we do something like this kill command, we can see that it still doesn't like it, and that is with everything escaped kind of looks like. So I don't know. I guess I can also try and just go directly to this URL. Find the question mark things and grab that, and don't do that, do that. Right. Fuck. My language. Right. So no info hash parameter supplied. Info hash equals valid one. What if we have that? It's still invalid. This was the same one. What if we do this? Nope. As just a substring of the torrent file. Like, we already know the hash. I just don't know. Escape with what? This is that compact thing. this, I kind of want to grep for that D6 one, and maybe echo info. I don't know why I'm doing that. If I do that, that's like maybe an example. And if I do something like what do we have? Print $2, and then that one $3, sorry, and then do that. So yeah, my hash is significantly longer. It is double, because I guess I'm what I kind of want. So I can change the announce URL to just something I control. And that way I can like kind of inspect the traffic as it goes through. I mean, I can also just set that host to be my local host. But yeah, what I might do is copy this sample torrent to sample torrent 2 maybe. And if we open up this, we can change this. So it's 60 characters. Oh no, what was it? And like maybe open that and then do that. I'm just trying to work out how I need to yep, so there's 25, so we need to take 25 off this 55, so that will be 50 down to 30, 3 0, and all this crap can go away. And if we try and decode this one, we should get localhost blah, and it should look similar. And so this way we can kind of go netcat localhost, not netcat, yeah, netcat minus L minus P 8080, and that's listening on our local host. And what we can do here is see what a actual torrent program would do. Do I have torrent? Sudo at install torrent. Please don't get my password from the audioness. Right, so now if we go like torrent on what is this, sample.torrent2, we've got a thing that's kind of what we wanted. How do we quit you? Like that. So I guess I want to see what this info hash is. Maybe we can put this in another little cyber chef, but we can kind of go the opposite way. Get rid of you. How do we clear recipe? So this is hero decode, and then we can to hex. Is there a reason why it's... Oh, did we have it like from base 64? No, we had it from hex. And I think I just want this. And is this the same? What can we do? We can do something like this and echo that, and then do echo and then copy this bad boy. They are the same, but it's quite literally just put percents in front of everything. Yeah, so like it's kind of weird that like what's it looking like? Just like that. And like those two datas look the same. What if we do URL encode again? We need to like disable you. Yeah, so like this just gives different stuff. Is there... I just don't understand why it doesn't get similar results. Like what's this? It's the same thing. And what came to us again? Yeah, cool. That's looking better on that front. Man, ASCII, thanks, and do it a bit bigger. So what's C3? Yeah, actually, it's... D6, 9F, 91, AE. So this LT did not do it, but that is right when we get 4C and 5-4, and 4C, 5-4, 4C is L, 5-4 is comma. Yeah, so I think what we can do is go through and just work out if it is printable. If it's printable, then print it as a character. Otherwise, just print it with a % in front and golly, I just don't know where all this comes from. The 7F is interesting because the 7F is actually just a it's got the 7F there as well. I mean, some of this is the same. But then it's also just, it's different. I don't know. I think that is potentially enough time to work on this and like made some progress. So we finished the solving the hashing. You didn't see all of the bits and pieces, but I explained it, and I hope that was a decent explanation. Then we went and got all the piece hashes, and I mean that was just printing out more stuff. That was pretty easy, and we've kind of made a start on doing this. We just need to yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so I think I know roughly what to do. I just need to go through the info hash, and instead of printing it, do we have a vim open at the moment? We do. If we go to app main, where do we go? Like info hash, when we are printing it out, we kind of print it out as hex there. If we instead do something like this, in fact I may even just do a little sample, is if we do this, we can then test, well, if we grab this and do that, do we have like a is print? Yep, so we do have an is print. Well, we just use the built-in one. So if it is not is printable, we want to do something like this, and we just want to do like a percent beforehand, and maybe make it, well, I wonder if it needs to be uppercase or not, because like lowercase d6 and uppercase d6 are the same thing, but we could have it I keep on doing the wrong thing. We could have it uppercase or lowercase, but I think lowercase is probably fine. And then here I can go else, if it is not, if it is printable, then just print it as a character and do that. Cool. So I think I said I was giving up, but I'll actually just stop. After a bit. So if we do this, we should have a second one, which we could probably add to our test file. Where we have here, we can see to that. And my way I do it is not actually foolproof, because we need to it'll be in that register things. We need to make sure that it surely has a link somewhere, but the percent encoding, I think it had it in here maybe. No, gosh, like there's some percent encoding you have to do. Percent yeah, cool. This guy has a link. Percent encoding. So you also have to worry about Just realised that these heaters are still on. They've only just kind of gotten up. So, alright, so there's some reserved characters and other ones that are not. So, yeah. What I will do just as a quick test is see whether this thing kind of does something. And I think what I want to do is actually do this and go to here and my BitTorrent and decode whatever comes back to them. We only need one there. And that kind of gives us what we have. So then we get pairs, and that is likely a series of IP addresses in a format that will show me what the format is. And yeah, like gosh, I could almost finish it here, but I do want to make sure that the percent encoding's done correctly, and then I'll also need to send a thing on. But yeah, this represented for 6 bytes. First 4 bytes are the IP address, and last 2 are the port number. So, I mean, we could almost kind of work this out. So, like, if we go printf and if we echo and then $that and what's the syntax? It is that x a5 a5. Where's my keys? There. No, we want to go printf percent the do that and will that be enough? No, that will not, but will that Python, right, 0xa5 165, boom, that's that boy there, and E8 will probably be 232, then whatever how we get this odd of that is 41. That's not quite right. Should be 33. What is like? Well, we can go printf percent %c and no, we just want hex of 33. I don't know what I want. I think I'm leaving it. I can see where it's coming, but it's not coming just yet, and I have already spent an hour on this. Well, not an hour on this. I've done other things. I'm happy with the progress. Yeah, look at it go. I'm making like a BitTorrent client in C just because why not? I've already done a SHA1. I am wondering because that SHA1 library may be useful to people. I might pull that out into its own library and throw it up somewhere up on GitHub, I guess, and yeah, see if other people like it. Man, it's pretty windy as well as rain. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, let me know, and feel free to check out any of the other content that I have, and I hope that some of it or most of it will be enjoyable to you. For now, see ya.